Imagine standing at the edge of a river that suddenly turns bright red, then yellow, then green, almost as if nature itself decided to paint a masterpiece across the landscape. At first glance, it might look like something out of a fantasy movie, a river flowing through the jungle glowing with colors so vivid they almost seem unreal. For centuries, explorers, scientists, and travelers have been stunned by this phenomenon. Some thought it was magic, others believed it was caused by strange minerals hidden beneath the earth. But the truth is even more fascinating. Every single year, this river transforms into a living rainbow. The water itself seems to change color, creating one of the most spectacular natural displays on Earth. People travel from across the world just to witness it. But here's the real mystery. Why does it happen, and why only during certain months? Is it a chemical reaction deep in the rocks, a hidden organism living beneath the water, or something even more surprising? Today, we are exploring one of the most incredible natural wonders on our planet, a river that changes color every year. And once you discover the secret behind it, you might never look at rivers the same way again. Deep in the heart of South America, hidden within dense jungle and ancient mountains, lies a river unlike any other. Most rivers look the same wherever you go, shades of blue, green, or muddy brown, depending on the soil and sediments. But this river behaves very differently. For most of the year, it appears relatively ordinary. The water flows quietly through rocky channels, reflecting the sky above. Birds fly overhead, fish swim beneath the surface, and the surrounding forest thrives with life. But then, something extraordinary begins to happen. As the seasons change, the river slowly begins to transform. First, hints of color appear beneath the surface, faint reds, oranges, and greens. At first, they are subtle, almost invisible unless you look carefully. But week by week, the colors grow stronger. Soon, the river explodes into a stunning display of color. Long stretches of water glow with brilliant shades of crimson, gold, green, blue, and even deep purple. From above, it looks like a massive ribbon of liquid rainbow winding through the jungle. It's no surprise that many people call it the most beautiful river in the world. But what could possibly cause such a dramatic transformation? The answer lies not in the water itself, but in something living within it. Beneath the surface of the river grow millions of tiny aquatic plants. These plants are unlike typical river vegetation. They thrive only under very specific conditions, when the water level, sunlight, and temperature align perfectly. For most of the year, they remain hidden, but when the dry season begins, the river level drops just enough to allow sunlight to penetrate deeper into the water. This sudden burst of light triggers the plants to grow rapidly, and as they grow, they change color. Some turn bright red, others glow yellow or green. Different species appear in different sections of the riverbed, creating natural patterns that stretch for miles. When viewed from above, the colors blend together into the spectacular rainbow effect that has made the river famous. But even though scientists now understand part of the process, the river still behaves in unpredictable ways. Some years, the colors appear stronger than others. Sometimes the transformation happens earlier, sometimes later. And occasionally, the colors fail to appear at all. This delicate balance depends on several factors: rainfall, water temperature, and even the strength of the sunlight reaching the river. If the rainy season lasts too long, the water level stays too high and blocks the light needed for the plants to grow. If drought conditions become too severe, the plants may dry out before they reach their full color. In other words, the river's rainbow is a fragile natural event that only occurs when nature finds the perfect balance. And that balance is becoming increasingly difficult to maintain. Because the river's remote location has protected it for centuries, the surrounding forests act like a natural shield, preserving the ecosystem and keeping human activity away. But as tourism grows and climate patterns shift, scientists are paying closer attention to this extraordinary environment. They know that even small changes could disrupt the delicate cycle that creates the river's colors. Yet, despite these concerns, the river continues to amaze visitors every year. People hike for hours through the jungle just to reach it. When they finally arrive, many are stunned into silence. Photographs barely capture the true intensity of the colors. Standing beside the river feels almost surreal, like stepping inside a painting created by nature itself. Some travelers describe it as one of the most unforgettable sights they have ever seen. And for scientists, the river offers something equally valuable, a rare opportunity to study how fragile ecosystems respond to environmental changes. Because this colorful display is not just beautiful, it's also a signal of the river's health. When the colors appear, it means the ecosystem is thriving. When they fade, it may indicate that something in the environment is beginning to change. But despite decades of research, one question continues to puzzle experts. Why does this phenomenon occur so dramatically here and almost nowhere else on Earth? After all, aquatic plants grow in rivers all around the world, yet none create a display quite like this one. To answer that question, researchers began studying every aspect of the river: its geology, its water chemistry, even the microscopic organisms living in the soil. And what they discovered made this natural wonder even more remarkable. The rocks beneath the river are extremely old, formed hundreds of millions of years ago. Over time, erosion carved smooth channels through the stone, creating a unique riverbed structure. These channels slow the flow of water in certain areas, allowing the aquatic plants to anchor themselves and grow undisturbed. At the same time, the surrounding mountains filter minerals into the water, creating the precise chemical conditions these plants need to survive. Sunlight, water depth, mineral content, and temperature all combine to create a perfect environment found almost nowhere else on the planet. In other words, the river is not just beautiful by chance. It is the result of an incredibly rare combination of geological and biological factors working together. Nature, in its own mysterious way, built the perfect stage for this spectacular transformation. And every year, when the conditions align just right, the performance begins again. But there is still one more mystery surrounding the river. A mystery that makes this natural wonder even more fascinating. Because the colors don't just appear randomly, they follow patterns. Patterns that scientists are still trying to fully understand. When researchers began mapping the river's colors over several years, they noticed something unexpected. The patterns of red, yellow, and green often appear in nearly the same locations year after year. It's as if the river remembers where each color belongs. This happens because different species of aquatic plants prefer slightly different conditions. Some thrive in deeper channels, while others grow best where the current moves slowly. Over time, these plants have adapted perfectly to their tiny sections of the river. Each year, when the conditions are right, they return to life exactly where they grew before. The result is a natural mosaic, a living map of color shaped by millions of years of evolution. And that means the river is not just changing color randomly, it's revealing the hidden structure of its ecosystem. Every red patch, every yellow ribbon, every green stretch tells the story of life adapting to a unique environment. But here's the surprising part. If the environment changes too much, the colors could disappear forever. Rising temperatures, deforestation, and changes in rainfall patterns all threaten the delicate balance that makes the river's transformation possible. In other words, this natural wonder may be far more fragile than it appears, which makes every year that the river turns into a rainbow even more special. Because what you are seeing is not just beauty. You are witnessing a rare moment when nature's complex systems align perfectly. A moment that reminds us just how extraordinary and delicate our planet truly is. So the next time you see a photograph of a river glowing with impossible colors, remember that it's not magic. It's the result of millions of years of geology, biology, and climate working together to create one of Earth's most breathtaking spectacles. But the real question is this: if there is a river on our planet that can transform into a living rainbow every year, what other hidden wonders might still be waiting to be discovered? And if you enjoy exploring mysterious places like this, make sure to follow the journey, because the world is still full of secrets, and we're just getting started.